All right, so problems 6, 7, and 8. The bottom part of the front page is what we're going to work on right now. In the figure, ray TP and ray TS are opposite rays. Ray TQ bisects angle RTP. So because of this right here, TQ bisects RTP, I know this angle and this angle are congruent. If the measure of angle PTQ is 12x plus 4, so PTQ 12x plus 4, and RTQ is 15x minus 5. RTQ is right here, 15x minus 5. Find the measure of angle RTP. So the first thing we need to do is find x. Because we were told that ray TQ bisects angle RTP, I know that angle PTQ is congruent to angle RTQ. Because they are congruent, that means their measurements are equal. So the measurement of angle PTQ is equal to the measurement of angle RTQ. In the place of PTQ, we can put 12x plus 4. In the place of RTQ, we put 15x minus 5. And then we solve this for x. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my x's on the same side. So I'm going to minus 12x from both sides. That would give me 4 equals 3x minus 5. Then we add 5 to both sides. That gives me 9 equals 3x. And then we divide both sides by 3 to get that x is 3. So we're going to use that right there to find the measurement of angle RTP. Measurement of angle RTP is equal to the measurement of angle PTQ plus the measurement of angle RTQ. So the measurement of angle RTP is equal to 12x plus 4 plus 15x minus 5. And then we take our x value of 3 and substitute that in. So the measurement of angle RTP is equal to 12 times 3 plus 4 plus 15 times 3 minus 5. So the measurement of angle RTP is equal to 36 plus 4 plus 45 minus 5. So the measurement of angle RTP would be equal to 36 plus 4 is 40. 45 minus 5 is 40. So angle RTP is 80 degrees. All right. If the measure of angle STR is 102 degrees, then find the measure of angle PTR and the measure of angle QTR. So I'm going to redraw this picture so that I can mark it up with this new information. All right, so we have S over here, T right here, P here, R here, and Q here. Says that STR is 102 degrees, so this right here would be 102 degrees. And again, we were told that TQ is an angle bisector. That's what we were told back at the beginning of this problem. And it says in the figures, use the following figure on the right for questions 6 and 7. So that angle bisector still holds on 6 and 7. Find the measure of angle PTR and QTR. So we're going to find PTR first. We know that angle STR and angle PTR are a linear pair. Here's angle PTR. This angle right here shares a side with angle STR, shares this side right here. And together they form a straight line. We were told that TP and TS were opposite rays. And so that means they are supplementary. Whenever we have a linear pair, they are supplementary. Which means they add to 180 degrees. So I would have 102 degrees plus the measure of angle PTR is equal to 180. Then we would subtract 102 from both sides. (180 minus 102 is 78. So the measure of angle PTR is 78 degrees. Angle QTR is half of angle PTR. So the measure of angle QTR is equal to 78 degrees cut in half. 78 degrees divided by 2. What is 78 divided by 2? What is 78 divided by 2? 39. So angle QTR is 39 degrees. All right. Then I was still asked for problem number 8. We'll go do number 8 here in just a second. All right. Let's go look at number 8 now. Angles M and N are complementary. So complementary and supplementary, one of them means adds to 90, the other one means adds to 180. The way I keep them straight in my mind is it follows alphabetical order. The one that comes first in the alphabet is also the one that comes first on the number line. So complementary is the ones that add to 90, and supplementary, the one that comes later in the alphabet, adds to the bigger numbers. Supplementary adds to 180. So complementary means something plus something else equals 90 degrees. And we know that that would be the measure of angle M plus the measure of angle N equals 90 degrees. Then it says the measure of angle M is 38 degrees less than the measure of angle N. So I'm going to let the measure of angle N be X. Measure of angle N equals X. So then the measure of angle M would be 38 less than that. If I have $40 in my pocket and you have $38 less than me, how much do you have in your pocket? $2. What did you just do in your head? Subtraction. Did you do 38 minus something, or did you do something minus 38? Something minus 38. So this is going to be something, in this case X, minus 38. Whenever you see something less than, so that you're going to be subtracting, whatever it is that is the less than goes after the other piece. Goes after the other piece. So we would have X and X minus 38 that we can substitute in for M and N. So here I have X minus 38. Drop down my plus sign. Don't forget we have two angles, so I can't just take that one and set it equal to 90. We also have angle N, which has a measurement that we are calling X. And then we set that equal to 90. We combine our two X's together to give us 2X minus 38 equals 90. Then we add 38 to both sides. What is 90 plus 38? 128. So I have 2X equals 128. We divide both sides by 2. What is 128 divided by 2? 64. So that is the measurement of angle N. So the measurement of angle N is 64 degrees. For angle M, we have 64 minus 38. What is 64 minus 38? 26. So the measure of angle M is 26 degrees. And this should add to 90. Does it add to 90? Does 64 and 26 add to 90? Yes. All right. What else would you guys like to see from the review? What other problems would you guys like to go over? What else would you like to go over? 16? Absolutely, we can do number 16. Yes. You'll have the distance formula in case you need to use that to find the radius. You will have the circumference formula and you will have the area formula, yes. All right, problem number 16, which is at the bottom of the back side of the first sheet of paper. Problem number 16. There we go. Find the value of each variable. Both problem 15 and 16 rely on your understanding of those different special angle pairs we've talked about, the linear pairs and the vertical angles. What's true about vertical angles? What's their relationship to each other? They're on opposite sides of the x. What else? They're congruent. They're on opposite sides of an x and they are congruent to each other. What's the relationship for a linear pair angle set? They create a line together. They have to share what? They have to share a side. And together, if we add those angles, what's it going to add up to? 180, yes. Okay, so on number 16, we need to solve for x and we need to solve for y. I only see y in one place. Whenever I see a variable in just one place, unless it's a 90-degree angle with a little box in the corner, I can't do anything with that. So I'm going to have to hold off on finding y until after we find x. I see x here, and I see x here. So x is part of this angle on the top, and x is part of this angle on the bottom. What do we call that special angle pair? Those are vertical angles, and they are congruent. So we're going to mark them as congruent. That means we're going to take them and set them equal to each other. So I would have 3x minus 16 being set equal to 5x minus 110. And then we're going to solve this for x. So we're going to get our x's on the same side first. We're going to minus 3x from both sides. So that gives me negative 16 equals 2x minus 110. Then we're going to add 110 to both sides. What is negative 16 plus 110? 94. 94 equals 2x. Then we divide both sides by 2. What is 94 cut in half? 47. So 47 equals x. So now we found our x. Still need to find y. Y shares this side with my top angle, and it makes this straight line together with my top angle. So it's a linear pair. Or it shares a side with this bottom angle right here and makes this straight line. So it's a linear pair with my top angle or with my bottom angle. So I can use either the top one or the bottom one, but not both. We're going to pick one. Do you guys want to go with the top or the bottom today? Top sounds good. So those two angles are going to add to 180. So I have y plus 3x minus 16 equals 180. And we just found that y was 47, so we're going to take that and we're going to substitute it in. So I have y plus 3 times 47 minus 16 equals 180. What is 3 times 47? You said 141. 141 minus 16. What is 141 minus 16? 125. So y plus 125 equals 180. Then we're going to subtract the 125 from both sides. What is 180 minus 125? How much? 55. 55. So y is 55. For 15 what? What type of angles are those two? They're vertical. And what's the relationship on vertical angles? Are they congruent or supplementary? Congruent. So we'll mark them as congruent. And then what do we do with congruent things? Set them equal. So we would have 3x plus 6 equals 54. And we could subtract 6 from both sides. So that would be 3x equals 48. And then we divide both sides by 3. And we get that x is what? X is 16, yes. So if they're congruent and you have a measurement for each of them, you'll set them equal. If they're congruent and you only have a measurement for one of them, take that measurement and write it in the other spot too. If they're congruent, they're the same size. So if you know measurements for both, you set them equal. If you only know a measurement for one, you take that one measurement and you write it down for the other one also. What else would you guys like to see from the review? Yes. 25? Absolutely. Number 25 is on the next page. Two angles are supplementary. Let's stop right there for a second. Supplementary means they add up to how much? That comes further in the alphabet. 180. So something plus something else equals 180. The measure of the larger angle is 12 less than 4 times the smaller angle. The measure of the smaller angle is blank, and the measure of the larger angle is blank. Okay, so I have a larger angle and a smaller angle. So L equals and S equals. Did they tell us anything at all about the smaller angle? No, so we're going to let that one be X. They didn't tell us anything about the smaller angle, so it is X. The larger angle is 12 less than 4 times the smaller angle. What did we call the smaller angle? X. So 4 times the smaller angle is going to be 4x. And then I want 12 less than that. So is this 12 minus 4x or 4x minus 12? 4x minus 12. Whenever they tell us something is less than something else, the first piece is what goes at the back. So 12 less than, I need minus 12 at the end of my expression. All right, these are supplementary angles. That means they add to 180. So L plus S equals 180. We're going to substitute in now. 4x minus 12 is my larger angle. The smaller angle is just x. Don't forget that one. A lot of people will just take the 4x minus 12 and set it equal to 180. If you do that, you're saying the larger angle is 180. You're not actually adding two smaller angles together. So then we're going to combine our like terms. 4x and x combines to give me 5x. So I have 5x minus 12 equals 180. Then we're going to add 12 to both sides. That gives me 5x equals 192. Going to need to bring my work around here. 5x equals 192. When I divide both sides by 5, will I get a whole number? Does that mean that I made a mistake? No. Just because you get decimals on the test review or on the test tomorrow does not automatically mean that you made a mistake. It is okay to have decimal answers. So x comes out to be 38.4. When we do 192 divided by 5, we get 38.4. And we let x represent which of our angles? The smaller angle. So the smaller angle is 38.4 degrees. So I'm going to write that on the line up here. 38.4. The larger angle plus the smaller angle add to 180. So we have L plus 38.4 is equal to 180. So then we subtract 38.4 from both sides. Thank you, Camille. And what does that give us for the larger angle? 141.6 degrees. Absolutely correct. All right. Thank you. Okay. This is for 1025. Right. What else would you guys like to see from the review? '27, absolutely. Let's look at number 27. Says rays RS and RT are perpendicular. Perpendicular means what again? Yes. This means makes a 90-degree angle. So we're going to draw these two rays so that they make a 90-degree angle for us. So draw a picture and label. So I'm going to have one ray that points up and one ray that points to the right so that I have my 90-degree angle here in the corner. What is the point that they share between them? Where are they meeting at, these two rays? RS and RT, so what's the point where they meet? R. R is the point where they meet because that's what they both have in common. So S is going to be on one of the ends of the rays so that I have ray RS. In this case, I drew it going up. And then the other one, ray RT, over here. Point V lies in the interior of angle SRT. So point V is going to be somewhere inside like this. And then I'm going to draw a ray that goes from R through V. When it tells me about a point on the interior, and then it starts talking to me about angles over here, I know I need to draw a ray from that common vertex through my point. It says the measure of angle SRV is 9J minus 44. SRV is this angle right here. 9J minus 44. And angle VRT, this down here is angle VRT, is 6J plus 14. 6J plus 14. And those two angles, when they've been put together, make how many degrees? 90 degrees, yes. So we know the measure of angle SRV plus the measure of angle VRT is equal to the measure of angle SRT. In the place of SRV, we're going to put 9J minus 44. In the place of VRT, we're going to put 6J plus 14. And what goes in the place of SRT? 90. Angle SRT is 90 degrees. All right, so now we're going to combine our like terms together. We're going to combine the J's first. What do I get when I combine 9J and 6J? 15J. 15J. And then we're going to combine our constants, the things that don't have variables. That would be the negative 44 and the positive 14. What does that combine to give me? Negative 44 and positive 14. Negative 30. So 15J minus 30 equals 90. Then I'm going to add 30 to both sides. That gives me 15J equals 120. Then I divide both sides by 15. What is 120 divided by 15? 8. So J is 8. Did they ask me to find anything other than J? SRV. Well, the measurement of angle SRV was 9J minus 44. So the measurement of angle SRV is 9 times 8 minus 44. What is 9 times 8 minus 44? 28. So angle SRV is 28 degrees. We have about 10 minutes until the announcements plays. That's enough time for 1 or 2 more questions depending on how long they are. Yes. Which one did you want to see? So adjacent angles just means that they share a side. Adjacent only means that they share a side. Vertical angles are on opposite sides of the x. Adjacent angles share a side. Linear pairs share a side also, but together they make a straight line. Yes. Number 17? Absolutely we can do 17. Too far back. There we go. All right, so we're using this figure here to answer these questions. Number 17 says, name a ray containing point F. Well, point F is over here. If I look on that same line, I'm looking right here. There's only one other point on that line, right? What is that other point? E. So my choices here for a ray that contains point F is E, F, with my ray notation over the top. Or I could turn that around the other way and do FE with my ray notation over the top. When we do our ray notation, it always only ever has one arrow, and that one arrow is always on the right-hand side. So it's always an arrow that points to the right. It's never an arrow that points to the left when we're talking ray notation. 18, absolutely. That symbol means perpendicular. And I won't be able to tell you tomorrow on the test what that symbol means. So it is really important that you learn that upside down capital T means perpendicular. All right, it says blank is perpendicular to PQ. And perpendicular means what again? Makes a right angle. Makes a 90-degree angle. So we already know that we need PQ for one of these. Here's PQ. Was there a right angle mark anywhere in the picture? The right angle mark touches PQ, and it also touches what? OD or CD. You could use O, that point right there. That would be fine. Or you can use C, or you can use D. You have to pick 2 of these 3 letters. Only 2 of the letters. So we could say OD with a line over the top. We could say OC. You could say CD with a line over the top. So CD, CO, DC, DO. Those would all work. Number 19, yes. The measure of angle PON is equal to, let's find PON. Here's P, here's O, here's N. So angle PON is this very wide angle here. It's this angle right here. That's what we're looking for. Other than the 90-degree angle mark on the picture, there's only one other angle that we have a measurement for. What is it? POM, yes. POM, this one right here. It's 37 degrees. It's a linear pair, yes. They share this side right here, and together they make a straight line. And we know linear pair angles add up to how much? 180. So we would say 37 degrees plus the measure of angle PON is equal to 180. So then I would subtract 37 from both sides. That means angle PON is how big? What is 180 minus 37? $143. We could use those two angles right there to answer question number 20, because question 20 asks for a linear pair. We could say angle PON and angle POM. This one right here, POM, and PON, this one over here. Do you guys want to keep doing these ones right here? All right, let's go ahead and do that then. Next, they want the size of angle NOQ. Angle NOQ, this angle right here. It is 37. Here's angle POM. It's 37 degrees. Do you notice how NOQ is on the opposite side of the X? That means it is a congruent angle, so that would also be 37 degrees. Name an angle containing point K. We want any angle containing point K. K-O what? K-O-M. We can absolutely do that. Angle K-O-M. Make sure you're using the angle symbol in front of anything that's an angle. All right. The measure of angle POC is the next one. Angle POC is this angle right here. What did we say about PQ and CD? Yeah. PQ and CD are perpendicular. We were told right here. And that means that this angle is a right angle. So I would say it equals how many degrees? 90 degrees. Name and mark on the figure all angles congruent with angle LOD. Angle LOD, this angle right here. We are told way back at the beginning, if you look back here, that OD is an angle bisector of angle MOL. So angle MOL, this blue one, has been cut in half by this right here. So this angle and this angle would be congruent. This angle right here, and this angle right here. along with any vertical angles that I can find for either one of those. So a vertical angle for the pink one would be this angle right here. That's my vertical angle for the pink angle. So that would be congruent. And this angle right here that I just did in orange, I need a vertical angle for that one as well. That would be this angle right here, which would also be congruent. All right. And that is all we have time for. Don't forget your review is due tomorrow at the beginning of class. Before we take our test, you will turn in your review. The answer key for the test review is posted in Canvas. If you go to today's Canvas page and you scroll to the bottom of the page, there is the test review answer key.